Have you been having trouble finding people to help you excel in your projects? Do you have seemingly endless piles of people to interview, but you don't know where to start? Hey there, it's Kevin from Trio, here with some useful advice to find your next great developer. Today I want to talk to you about the do's and don'ts of hiring remote software engineers. Let's dive in. Hiring a remote engineer, and I mean a good one, requires a solid interview process. Some companies like to save time and money and use a separate company to get highly trained engineers on their team. For those of you who like expending the extra effort, I've got some ideas. Great products are built by talented software engineers. Our main goal then is to hire the most talented people. That should be an inspirational poster. With talent comes great product. The way to do that is to have a solid process from start to finish. That will help determine whether or not the candidate is a good fit for your position. They should be smart, but also a good cultural fit. Someone who's passionate yet professional, but always delivers code on time and likes long walks on the beach. Maybe not that last part, but you get what I mean. Before we even think of hiring a software engineer, there needs to be a solid goal in mind. Getting that answered already narrows down who you are looking for significantly. Plan your resource needs. This is just a fancy way of saying make a budget. You should be asking yourself, will I need specific tools for this? Or how many developers do I actually need? Another thing to think about, appropriate work tools. How will you communicate with your remote team? Slack, Google Hangouts, Zoom, Discord. The biggest challenge to finding the most talented person is the interview. Get that initial interview, and if you feel good about them, try a skill test. Even if it isn't all correct, it still helps in understanding their thought process and how they can grow. Between interviewing a person and a skill test, you can definitely get a grasp of your potential hire's technical skills. Sometimes, the soft skills that make sure they are a good fit for your company can be pushed to the side. So let's go over 7 valuable skills for engineers, aside from engineering. First off, creativity. Oh, dost thou code shine like the sun, breaking through the fog of confusion? Not that type of creativity. A creativity that can help guide technological development and innovation. Without that spark, you have a developer whose code is structured, but doesn't have the uniqueness to bring them from good to great. Problem solving is a way of thinking that embraces the complexity of a situation and finds the most optimal solution. This can be especially helpful when you want to fix something instead of slapping duct tape on it and hoping for the best. Communication, communication, communication. One of the most valuable skills for anyone to have. You can be the most amazing, skillful developer, but if no one knows what you are doing or how you are doing it, that can cause problems. Misunderstandings can cause massive harm to your project, so you never want to make assumptions. Patience is a virtue. It can also help with reducing stress for coworkers and clients. Bugs happen during development, so you want someone who won't be quitting at the first sign of difficulty. To keep an open mind is to be able to receive and consider new information. An open mind leads the way to critical reasoning. Hiring someone who's willing to admit they don't know everything and want to learn is better than someone who thinks they are the bee's knees. Fun fact, they aren't, and you do not need that negativity on your team. Being ignorant is not so much a shame as being unwilling to learn. Benjamin Franklin. With this, we are talking about the developer's ability to learn. Talented developers are not just limited to one language. They know that most programming languages and technologies follow the same basic principles and can use that to pick up new languages faster. Last, but certainly not least, would be teamwork. Your engineers should be team-oriented and are ready to work together to succeed. Teamwork enables trust between team members, healthy debate, and the exchange of ideas. This makes sure everyone has an environment of accountability. The place where all hiring truly begins is a job description. So it should go without saying, it's worth investing in a good job description. This can also be a good time to sell your company to potential developers. Let's break down a job listing to help attract the right applicants. Unicorn app developer or rockstar software engineer don't make much sense unless you're in the video game industry making the new hit Unicorn Band mobile game or something. Something like senior iOS software developer or junior front-end developer makes more sense. and helps potential candidates know what you are looking for. A job description should indicate the company's expectations for the candidate, benefits, and to charm them to join the company. A detailed job description has a well-defined and simple structure. It's easy to read and understand. Bulleted lists and pointed paragraphs may be a good idea. When giving detailed task lists, break the job description into short and clear job duties. Remember KISS. Keep it simple. There's definitely all there is to that saying. No additional words. An unclear task would be, you will be responsible for software management. Something more concrete and clear would be, as a software engineer, you'll be responsible for writing unit tests and building and organizing development workflows, designing and implementing Spring components. Detailing responsibilities helps candidates evaluate what their work will consist of and if they're capable of meeting expectation. List relevant but practical job requirements. Qualified software engineers don't need a decade of experience to be useful for your next project. Some positions may require several years of experience, but if you're looking for entry or even mid-level, you might not need to have that much experience required. Be reasonable and avoid discrimination. Sometimes companies need software engineers for contract work, and you need to know if you want to do the work to find a new employee for that, or work with an outsourcing company to reduce the hassle. Let's look at the pros and cons. Outsourcing software engineers is more cost-effective than hiring professionals within the industry. When you outsource, there is no overhead since the outsourcing company tends to take care of payroll, taxes, benefits. Just a blanket cost for you. If a company has a seasoned partner they can send to your team, it's a no-stress situation. The outsourcing companies have their own processes and support systems to help make new software quickly. That being said, there are some disadvantages as well. There could be less commitment to your project. While many outsourcing companies have highly motivated employees, they may not feel a personal interest in your projects. Communication is key. No communication is perfect, especially between multiple companies with finding an amazing person to work with you. A good tech partner will meet you halfway. Let's look at the advantages of an independent contractor. This can also be known as a freelancer. These folks can be extremely flexible, helping carry workloads during busy times and being less involved in slower periods. They could also have very specific talents that you do not have a need for constantly. An independent contractor can fill that need, then be done. However, this practice has its downsides. This mainly has to do with understanding the capacity of an independent contractor in the first place. Working with contractors increases your risk for government audits. You need to understand how your local and federal government classify contractors. Overall, you must keep your contractors' freedom in mind. Contractors come and go. People are drawn to contracting mainly because it gives them greater control over who they work with. Contractors can be notoriously disloyal and can leave for higher paying projects. This makes for a high turnover rate. There is, however, a third option. It's Trio. We don't just provide exceptional software engineering for professionals to enhance your development potential, we work as a partner on your projects, making sure that the final product meets the needs of you and your customers. Our expertise allows us to seamlessly integrate remote software engineering teams into your project without disrupting business as usual. Trio is happy to provide support for your business. If you aren't sure what you need yet, get in touch with us at trio.dev and request a consultation for our help figuring it out. All right, folks, that's it for today. Remember to like and subscribe for more details about the current technical world, and check out trio.dev for more of our blog listings. This has been Kevin with Trio. See you later.